Toughest kind of performer for most people to deal with is a hard head. They're extremely stubborn, brutally stubborn. When they set their mind on something, there's just no way you're going to get them off of that thought or change their mind. They execute what's drilled into their head to masochistic perfection. They get things done. And the way they do it isn't pretty, and people get upset about it. And if you have one of these performers on your team or in your organization, a lot of people will hate them. But what happens if you have two of them on one team? Young kid, Adnan Januzaj, is one of the hardest-headed kids in professional football. He, of concrete head, plays now for Real Sociedad and for the Belgian national team. Januzaj's been working on this little move where he goes right, drawing the defender with him, or defenders, two of them, to the right. Then he pulls it up, swings it onto his left foot, curls it in. Now, in an earlier vlog, I predicted that he would get time in the World Cup. He would try this move. Well, he did. He went to the right, took Danny Rose, froze him, pulled back, swung the ball in, and he scored. That might have not been the plan. And the head coach might have not been very pleased. And the head coach might have, in the dressing room, peeled the skin off of Januzaj's ears. So the kid goes into a game, he does what he's supposed to do, scores, but in the craziness of the World Cup, they didn't really maybe want to be in that section of the draw, so they didn't want to have to play Brazil. So the kid scores, brilliant goal, he's been practicing it all year, he comes off the field, head coach, nothing to say to the kid, and it's Thierry Henry, the second coach, that goes, grabs him, hugs him. It's okay, kid, it's okay. Henry's a hard head himself, notoriously hard-headed. You've got a hard head in the coaching role, the hard head as an athlete. He's on a team with a stubborn coach, head coach, but he's got a hard-headed assistant coach who understands the nature of Januzaj. Those two are working together. I don't think there could have been a better match of hard-head Januzaj with coach Thierry Henry. On teams, basic rule: one hard head as a player, two usually disaster. It can work, but they have to be kept apart. But if you have two hard heads on the team, meaning one in a coaching role and one as a player, you've got a super workable situation. Hard-headed coach working with hard-headed athlete, great. Hard-headed performer, hard-headed manager, great. Having another hard head in the managerial position, the coaching role, works really well until it doesn't. It'll go for a period of time and then it'll break too, and then there's nothing. It's the nature of the game. But you take one of the most valuable performers you can get, a closer, somebody who really gets the deal done, and you work with it. A lot of organizations will take the hard head and say, you're too much trouble, we're getting rid of you. But to work well with a hard-headed kid at that age typically requires a hard head in the managerial coaching role. Those coaches are also a pain in the ass to deal with. Try dealing with me. But if you want to get stellar results, hard-headedness is pretty much the deal. And hard-headed people are not joyous for people who are not hard-headed to work with. Each organization should try and find one and find somebody in a managerial position to work with them. Results are staggering. If it works, it's a project. But you take your organizational results to another planet.